Lord Jesus, I don't even know where to start with this story. My hands are still shaking as I type these words, and I've cried so many tears these past few weeks that I didn't think I had any left in me. But here I am, sitting in my kitchen at 2 in the morning, trying to make sense of what my life has become. I'm 58 years old, been a church deacon for 23 years, raised my child right, and thought I knew what betrayal felt like when I buried my husband 5 years ago. But nothing, and I mean nothing, could have prepared me for what I'm about to tell you. I need to start at the beginning, because you need to understand what that little girl meant to me. What she still means to me, even after everything that's happened. August 14, 2006. That's the day my whole world changed. That's the day they placed my baby girl in my arms at Mercy General Hospital in Atlanta. 7 pounds, 3 ounces of pure perfection. She had these big brown eyes that looked right into my soul, and when she wrapped her tiny fingers around mine, I swear to you I felt my purpose on this earth click into place. My husband Marcus and we'd been trying for 6 years. 6 long years of negative tests, of doctor's appointments, of me crying in the church bathroom when another friend announced their pregnancy. And then finally, God blessed us with our miracle. We named her Destiny. Because that's what she was. My destiny. I was 39 years old when I had her, and honey, I poured every single ounce of love I had into that child. Marcus worked double shifts at the post office, and I cleaned houses during the day and did alterations at night, but we made sure our baby had everything. Everything. I'm talking about dance lessons, piano lessons, church choir, honor roll certificates covering our refrigerator like wallpaper. That girl was smart, too. Reading by age 4. Writing stories by age 6. By the time she hit high school, she had colleges fighting over her. When Marcus passed in 2020, right in the middle of that awful pandemic, Destiny held me together. I'm not ashamed to say I fell apart when I lost my husband. That man was my rock for 27 years. But my baby girl, she was there. She transferred to a college closer to home so she could check on me. She'd call me every single day, sometimes twice a day. Mama, did you eat? Mama, did you take your blood pressure medicine? Mama, I'm coming over to cook Sunday dinner. She kept me living when I wanted to give up. I sacrificed everything for that child. You hear me? Everything. When she got accepted to Spelman College, the tuition was more than I made in a year. So you know what I did? I took out a second mortgage on my house. The house that Marcus and I bought together, that we scrimped and saved for. I didn't think twice about it. That's what mothers do. We give until there's nothing left to give, and then we find something more to give anyway. 4 months ago, Destiny turned 23. My baby was finishing up her master's degree in social work, already had a job lined up at a nonprofit helping foster children. I was so proud I could burst. We were planning her birthday dinner, just the 2 of us at her favorite restaurant, when she called me all excited. Mama, guess what I got us for our birthdays? See, her birthday is August 14th, and mine is August 19th, so we always celebrated together. Made it special. What you get, baby? Those DNA test kits. You know, the ancestry ones. I got them on sale. We can find out where our people came from, trace our roots back to Africa. Wouldn't that be amazing? We can do it together. My heart just swelled up with love. That's my baby, always thinking about our heritage, our history. Always wanting to connect to something bigger than ourselves. I thought it was the sweetest thing. That sounds wonderful, sweetheart. We'll do it this weekend. So that Saturday, we sat at my kitchen table, this very table I'm sitting at right now, and we did those tests. Spit in the tubes, sealed them up, sent them off. We were giggling like schoolgirls, talking about whether we had Nigerian roots or Ghanaian, whether we might find some long-lost cousins. It was one of the best days I'd had since Marcus died. Just me and my girl, making memories. 6 weeks later, the email came. I was at Wednesday night Bible study when my phone buzzed. I normally don't check my phone in church, but something told me to look. The email said my DNA results were ready. I smiled to myself, thinking I'd wait and call Destiny so we could open them together, make it special like we always did with things like this. But y'all, I got impatient. I got home that night, made myself some tea, sat down on my couch, and logged into that website. The first thing I saw made me laugh. It showed my ethnicity breakdown: Nigerian, Ghanaian, Cameroonian, with a little bit of British mixed in there from slavery times. That part didn't surprise me none. Then I scrolled down to where it shows your DNA relatives. Close family. Immediate family. The section was empty. Not like, no cousins empty. I mean empty. Like the website was broken or something. I refreshed the page. Still empty. I logged out and logged back in. Nothing. Then I saw a little link that said, parent-child relationships. I clicked it, thinking maybe there was some information about my mama, who passed when I was 19, or my daddy, who I never knew. What I saw on that screen made my teacup slip right out of my hands and shatter on my hardwood floor. No parent-child relationship detected with Destiny Robinson. I read it again. And again. And again. My vision started going blurry. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I was having a heart attack. No parent-child relationship detected. The words kept swimming in front of my eyes. I called the company right then and there, at 10 o'clock at night. Waited on hold for 35 minutes. And when I finally got someone on the phone, my voice was shaking so bad I could barely speak. There's been a mistake. A terrible mistake. It says my daughter isn't my daughter. But I know she's my daughter. I gave birth to her. I was there. The woman on the phone, she was kind but professional. She explained that the DNA doesn't lie. That if there was no genetic match, then there was no biological relationship. She suggested checking with the hospital where Destiny was born. I didn't sleep that night. Not one single minute. I sat in my daughter's old bedroom, looking at pictures of her from the time she was a baby until now. Every photo on that wall felt like it was mocking me. Every smile, every birthday cake, every graduation cap and gown. I held her baby blanket to my chest and rocked back and forth, praying harder than I ever prayed in my life. Lord Jesus, please let this be a mistake. Please, God, don't take my baby from me. The next morning, I called Mercy General Hospital. It took me 3 days of calling, being transferred, explaining my situation over and over again, before they finally connected me with someone in administration who could access records from 2006. What she told me made my blood run cold. There had been an incident. August 14, 2006. My baby's birthday. There had been 2 baby girls born within an hour of each other. Both African American. Both healthy. Both weighing almost exactly the same. And there had been a nurse, a young nurse on her 3rd day of work, who had taken both babies to the nursery at the same time because the unit was understaffed and chaotic. Ma'am, the administrator said, her voice heavy with something between pity and legal concern, there was an internal investigation at the time. The nurse was immediately fired. But the hospital concluded that no mix-up had occurred because both babies were returned to their correct mothers based on the identification bracelets. Then how do you explain what I'm telling you? I was screaming now, I didn't care who heard me. How do you explain that the DNA says this ain't my child? There was a long pause. Ma'am, those bracelets were handwritten. And the 2 mothers' last names both started with R. Robinson and Richardson. If someone wasn't paying attention, if they were rushing. She didn't have to finish. I knew. Oh Lord, I knew. My baby girl, my real biological daughter, had been sent home with another family. And the baby I'd been raising, the baby I'd loved with every fiber of my being for 23 years, wasn't mine by blood. I hung up that phone and I fell to my knees right there in my living room and I wailed. I'm talking about the kind of crying that comes from somewhere so deep in your soul you didn't know it existed. The kind of crying that shakes your whole body. I cried for the daughter I never got to raise. I cried for the 18 years of memories I should have had with her. I cried for every birthday, every scraped knee, every first day of school that was stolen from me. But then, and this is the part that broke me even more, I thought about destiny. My destiny. The little girl who called me Mama. The little girl whose hand I held on her first day of kindergarten. The little girl who fell asleep on my chest when she was sick. The young woman who held me together when her daddy died. Blood or no blood, that was my child. I decided I wasn't going to tell her. I couldn't. How do you tell your daughter something like that? How do you break her heart and yours all over again? So I buried it. I buried it deep down and I tried to pretend like I never saw those results. But Destiny, she kept asking about the DNA test. Kept saying how she couldn't wait to see the results. So finally, 3 weeks ago, I had to tell her something. We met at my house. I made her favorite meal, fried chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese, cornbread. I was trying to soften the blow, I guess. Trying to make everything seem normal for just a little bit longer. After dinner, we sat on the couch, the same couch where I'd opened those results. I held her hand, and I could feel mine shaking. Baby, there's something I need to tell you about those DNA tests. She got this excited look on her face. Oh my God, Mama, did we find some long-lost relatives? Is there something crazy in our ancestry? No, baby. It's not that. And then I told her. I told her everything. About the results. About the hospital. About the switched bracelets. About how she wasn't my biological daughter, but that it didn't matter because she was still my baby and I loved her more than life itself and nothing would ever change that. I watched her face go through every emotion you could imagine. Confusion. Disbelief. Shock. Anger. Grief. She pulled her hand away from mine like I'd burned her. You're lying, she whispered. You're lying. This is some kind of sick joke. Baby, I wish it was. I wish to God it was. So everything I am, everything I thought I knew about myself, is a lie? My whole identity is a lie? No, Destiny, listen to me. Don't call me that. She stood up, backing away from me. You don't even know if that's my real name. Maybe my real mother named me something else. Maybe I was supposed to be someone completely different. You are someone. You're my daughter. No, I'm not. The DNA says I'm not. You're not my mother. You're just some woman who raised someone else's kid by accident. Y'all, those words hit me like a physical blow. I felt like I couldn't breathe. Baby, please. Stop calling me that. She was crying now, tears streaming down her beautiful face. I need to know who I really am. I need to find my real mother. My real family. I am your real family. I was crying too, reaching for her, but she kept moving away. I raised you. I loved you. I sacrificed everything for you. That makes me your mother. Blood doesn't make a family. Love makes a family. How can I trust anything you say? You've been lying to me. I just found out. I was trying to protect you. From what? From the truth? I have a right to know where I come from. I have a right to know who my real parents are. She grabbed her purse and headed for the door. I followed her, begging. Destiny, please, don't leave like this. Let's talk about this. Let's figure this out together. She turned around at the door, and the look she gave me was so cold, so full of hurt and anger, that it felt like a knife in my chest. I can't even look at you right now. Every time I look at you, all I see is a lie. I need space. I need to process this. I need to find out who I really am. Who you really are is the same person you were before you knew. You're the same beautiful, smart, kind young woman I raised. Nothing's changed. Everything's changed, she screamed. And you're too selfish to see it. You're so worried about losing me that you can't see this isn't about you. This is about me. About my identity. About my life. She walked out that door and didn't look back. That was 3 weeks ago. She won't answer my calls. She blocked me on social media. I drove by her apartment twice, but her roommate said she doesn't want to see me. My baby girl, the child I raised from birth, the only good thing left in my life since Marcus died, is gone. The church ladies tell me to give her time. That she'll come around. That love always wins. But I don't know anymore. I don't know anything anymore. I found out from her roommate that she's been working with the hospital and some kind of DNA registry to try to find her biological parents. She's going to find them. She's going to find the family she thinks she's supposed to have. And where does that leave me? The woman who gave her everything? The woman who would die for her without a second thought? I'm nobody. I'm just the woman who accidentally raised someone else's daughter. The worst part? I check my email every single day, hoping that maybe, just maybe, the DNA company will send me information about my biological daughter. The daughter I never got to meet. The daughter who's out there somewhere, 23 years old, probably not even knowing she was switched at birth. Does she look like me? Does she have my laugh? My stubbornness? Would she have loved me the way I loved Destiny? But I know, deep in my heart, that even if I found her tomorrow, she wouldn't be my baby. Because my baby is Destiny. Blood or no blood. DNA or no DNA. She's the one I rocked to sleep. She's the one I sang to. She's the one I prayed over every single night. She's the one who held me when Marcus died. She's the one I took out that second mortgage for. She's mine. She'll always be mine. But I'm not hers anymore. Lord Jesus, I don't know how to survive this. I don't know how to keep breathing when every breath hurts this much. I don't know how to keep living when the only reason I lived is gone. If you're reading this, pray for me. Pray for my baby girl, wherever she is, whatever she's feeling. Pray that one day she'll understand that love is thicker than blood. That the woman who raised you is just as much your mother as the woman who gave birth to you. Pray that one day she'll call me Mama again. Because I don't know if my heart can take it if she never does.